It's been nearly 2 weeks since a brutal winter storm swept across 2/3 of the country, but some areas are still without power. That includes Nashville, Tennessee, where thousands have waited days for the lights to come back on. The local utility company is now under intense scrutiny from lawmakers. CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes is in Nashville with more. You've spoken to people without power there. How are they dealing with all this?
Hey, Lindsay, look, a lot of people here are angry, frustrated, saying it's unacceptable. They're still without power. You can see we've got linemen still outside some of these homes here in Nashville trying to get the lights back on, but it has taken them, in some cases, 12 days to restore power to people. And we are talking about the last 2 weeks where we have seen significant days of below freezing temperatures. So the temperature inside a lot of these homes is extremely uncomfortable. In some cases, it's impossible for these families to stay inside. We met a Nashville musician yesterday. He was without power for 11 days, sleeping inside, and he described to us what it was like to try to stay warm when his house was below 40 degrees inside. Would you have ever imagined that you would be without electricity in your house for 11 days?
I never would have imagined that. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days at the most, if a storm was powerful enough to really take some stuff out. But 11 days later is criminal.
And he described the way he tried to stay warm was sleeping next to his fireplace, wearing every piece of clothing and blanket he could find. But even then, he said it became almost unbearable. He, like many of the thousands that are still without power, are now asking people like the mayor, how is this possible and why has it taken so long to restore power after that winter storm?
What's the mayor's answer?
Look, he agrees that it probably shouldn't have taken as long. He's actually launched a commission and instituted what he calls an executive order to essentially review the city's emergency response plan and look into the local utility company's preparation ahead of this storm. He doesn't agree that it should have taken this long, but he still has a lot of questions that many of the people who live here in Nashville are asking. Were they prepared enough? Were they doing the right things before this storm hit? And that's something that he says he hopes this audit will reveal.
I know that for anybody who has lacked power through today, it is incredibly frustrating to the point of anger. I understand that, and we are resolved to do better going forward, and we'll take stock of everything.
Lindsay, at last check, we still got about 2,000 people in this city without power. That may not sound like a lot when we started with more than 200,000, but again, we're looking at nearly 2 weeks, an unbearable situation for some.
Okay, Nicole Valdes, thank you.